Tonight's guest on the Putting You Over podcast is a 12-year wrestling vet who has competed for promotions throughout the Indies, especially in Texas for such companies as VIP, New Texas Pro, Loco, and River City Wrestling. He has held multiple championships, including being one half of the former Reality of Wrestling Tag Team Champions, Legion. He has competed for World Wrestling Entertainment and All Elite Wrestling. And he is my favorite male wrestler. Would you all please welcome the Guttersnake Izzy James.
Now that is an intro. That is a nice intro.
Shout out to friend of the show, Ryan Romano. Does some intros for this show a long time ago. Vanessa, a long time ago, I believe he suggested to us Izzy James. I'm pretty sure, or I knew that he was your favorite wrestler. So I told him today, I was like, yeah, we got him on. And he got pumped. He's like, I'll do an intro for you.
Nice.
That was well done out of him. Great stuff.
Thank you, Robert.
Yeah.
Or Ryan, sorry. Thank you, Ryan.
It's okay. We'll fix that in post. We're good at that stuff.
Yeah.
Allegedly. You're a production guy, right?
Yeah, I'm actually in school currently studying some film and production myself. I actually filmed a TV commercial today for my class.
Interesting. What was the product?
We filmed a TV commercial for toothpaste.
Oh.
I figured it was like the simplest, most easygoing like script I could write. 30-second spot. Just it was really easy. I filmed it in about an hour and a half with my team, and then got home, edited it, and was done by like 2:00 with my project. I was like, "This is awesome."
When you say a nice, quick 30-second commercial for toothpaste, the first thing that goes through my head, and I'm probably dating myself, is the commercial that on Full House that Joey and Jesse, because they had an advertising agency, they did a commercial for toothpaste.
Yeah.
Yeah. I can't remember the name of it, but I do remember the episode. And that's the first
I'll
thing.
have to go back and see that, because I watched that show growing up too.
Yeah. TGI Fridays, right? Yeah. Of course.
Yeah.
That's the first thing that goes to my head. So that's interesting. So not only are you cracking skulls on the weekend or whenever you can, but you're putting in the work in school,
Yes.
Getting that plan. So is like the end goal for Guttersnake Izzy James, is either one of two things or both. It's in-ring work somewhere, or behind the camera in a wrestling business. Am I wrong in saying that?
No, you're absolutely right. That's why I'm doing what I'm doing. I like the intro said, I'm a 12-year veteran.
Yeah.
So I'm going, into the latter part of my career, I guess, for some people, because some people's career doesn't last 10 years. But I'm going into 13 years next, coming up in like 2 weeks. So it's definitely been on my mind is, what am I going to do after the bumps?
Right.
What am I going to do? And I originally started going to school for physical therapy, and because I have a background as a personal trainer as well. And so I was going to do that, and going through all the science classes that I was having to do, and just going down that path, I realized I was going down the wrong path, and changed my degree over to the film and production side. So that's the hope. That's the hope, is to get to the job with AEW or with WWE, behind the camera, or definitely, obviously, in ring, as the Guttersnake. That'd be the best.
As the Guttersnake. And it's been a process. It's been a big evolution to get to the Guttersnake. As you said, like 12 going on 13 years doing this. You've gone, let me see if my notes are correct here. You've gone, as everybody does, backyard wrestling. You create a wrestler on video games. You had Gregory James.
Yep.
Into a headbanger, so a heavy metal guy that fit your personality. With that first Ibanez your dad gave you, it all goes hand in hand. Then into, I'm going to veer off once I say this, but the unholy character, unholy Izzy James or Gregory James, was it at that time?
Gregory, yeah, I was Unholy Gregory, and then it eventually became Unholy Isaiah
And
James,
okay.
thanks to Booker T.
Booker T. I'm gonna get to that, but Unholy,
Yeah, yeah,
a reference to a Kiss song.
yes,
Oh yes, a
yes,
song, right? Not an album, a song. Yeah.
yes,
And
yes. Song off of Revenge.
the weirdest part of this little tidbit out of you was you think wrestler, you think has a relation or a little backstory to Kiss. You're thinking makeup Kiss. You're thinking Detroit Rock City, all that type of stuff. Kiss.
Yeah,
Unholy is not off. Is off the makeup-less Kiss, which
right. Yeah,
I've heard is an underrated era for Kiss. I was never a fan, but to each their own. I guess I don't have a question on that. I just found it really odd that's what that was from, the non-painted phase of Kiss.
I growing up, I was a big Kiss fan. My mom and my dad, they took me to Kiss. That was actually my first concert when I was 7 years old.
Nice.
Was seeing Kiss at the Alamo Dome, and then I fell in love with them. And growing up, my parents had Kiss Alive 3
Mm.
on CD, and every time we were in the car, they would play it. And on that track listing is Unholy rather than God of Thunder. Because if you know anything about the Kiss concerts, Gene Simmons always spits blood out and flies up to the top of the ceiling to do God of Thunder. But on this album, they did Unholy, and that's where I learned the song. It is from the non-painted era, the very short time that was, but it's a great song. It's a heavier little sidetrack from Kiss, I think.
I'd have to go back. I remember as clear as day, and it was on MTV when they basically revealed themselves without that. I can remember it was had this impression on me, and I was like, oh, that's not going to go over so well. Which, I mean, like we said, to each their own. They did end up going back, but that's interesting. So I'm going to have to go back and listen to that. It was a heavier track on there. Interesting.
Yeah, a little heavier.
Your mom bringing you to those Kiss shows. Your mom also dragging you along to wrestling shows in the Sportatorium at a young age.
Yep.
At a very young age.
Oh yeah, I believe my mom was actually going to Sportatorium events while I was in the womb.
That's
so
nice. Yeah.
So very young age, but no, yeah, I got to see guys like Jerry Lynn, Jeff Jarrett, Renegade was there a few times. In my drawer in my bedroom, I have photos of me and my mom with Kerry Von Erich, Jeff Jarrett. There's one with me and Coco Beware. But it's so cool to be able to say that I got to go and see the last dying days of the Sportatorium.
The Sportatorium.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So that's really cool to be able to say that.
Yeah, for sure. So that's so cool because we talked to a lot of wrestlers on here. Some of them their mom and dads are into it. All behind them. Some know nothing about wrestling, but in your case, mom is all on board. She's screaming for those Von Erichs. She's hating those Freebirds. She's getting right in there.
Yeah, she was definitely all in. She bought into the whole product. And when I first started training, there was the first, she was trepidatious at first, but eventually, whenever I started getting, pretty good at at performing, it became another one of those things that my mom was going to support me no matter what. Because prior to wrestling, I was in the music world. Yep. I was, in a band and almost had a record contract, but walked away after I had started wrestling. Oh. So my mom supported me then, and that didn't change. That was going to go. That transcended over into pro wrestling as well. She's no longer with us, but she still supports me from beyond.
I'm sure. She's up there, proud, watching, loving it
for sure.
And the more we talk about your journey and your story, I'm like, you are like a Swiss Army knife of for wrestling, because you can work in the ring, you can tell stories, you do some good promos. We're gonna get to some of those. You got the film background. You can produce, you can get behind the camera, you can write the shit. And you're musical. I mean, you could work that in as well, not only with your character, but vignettes. Who knows? Theme songs, maybe? I don't know. I'm just thinking don't fit into a niche. If I was a company, if I was building a company, you don't fit in one spot, which I think is good. It's like a utility player in baseball. I can put you anywhere and you're going to excel.
Yeah. I feel I'm definitely the Swiss Army knife of Texas. Like you said, I'm almost even like a Mick Foley because I've had multiple personalities.
Yeah.
Along the way, the Unholy and Too Much Metal Gregory James prior, which was basically just a former frontman turned wrestler.
Yeah. The cult leader aspect. You were doing that, as you said. Lot of wrestlers go down that route, or were at that time, like 2018, 2019. When the pandemic hit, you found that as a good opportunity to transition off. Would you say?
Yeah, I really did because, like you said, around 2018, 2019, you started seeing like everyone was going through a goth phase.
Right.
Every pro wrestler was, coming out with merch that had like the death metal font or, all black and white this and just really gothed out. And I'm over here looking at these people like, I've been this character for 8 years already. So I've been here, I've been doing this. It's not something new to me. And it felt like, no, not going to point any fingers or call out any names, but it felt like people were jumping on a bandwagon or a trend for a while. Yeah. And I was, kind of like the old school guy who was doing it. And when the pandemic came around, it was like, what, this is probably the most perfect time for me to change, is a time where life is on reset.
Yeah, literally.
Yeah. And so I did. I came up with Izzy. Izzy was something I was already kind of playing with for about a year in my head. The entrance song that I use, I listened to that for about a year before I decided I was going to pick that song to be my new entrance theme, which is a cover of Zero by the Smashing Pumpkins. So another good song. I'm a big music nerd, so like the Guttersnake, that's another thing that I got from a song.
What song? See, that one's not clicking with me. What song?
There's a rapper named Honey Claus.
Okay.
And he has a song called Guttersnake, and it's got this like old western little twang to it. But it's a nice tune. It's on Spotify if you can find it.
I'm pulling it up right now. Honey Claus, Guttersnake.
Yeah.
I'm sure I won't get flagged for playing this.
No, not at all.
I'm waiting for it to kick in here. This is it, right?
Yeah. Let me see. I can't hear it.
Oh, my bad. We've had this mistake before. Vanessa said the same thing. She couldn't hear. I'm gonna have to fix that. Get my audio technical.
It's right. Yeah, it might be because you have headphones on. I don't know.
Yeah, no, it's the way I'm routing the audio. Something got screwed up. I used to be able to play.
Yeah, but that's definitely the song, because I think there's only one Guttersnake song.
Yeah, Guttersnake by Honey Claus.
Yeah,
2014. Yeah. Well, I'll have to check that out.
Yeah, he was a rapper I picked up somewhere along the way. I just found him randomly, and I was like, "Damn, that's a pretty cool track." And Guttersnake, it sounded pretty cool. So
it does. Like, it sounds just nasty. Like you're just nasty in a good way. I would say.
Right. Little street urchin kid.
Yeah.
That's what I'm going for. Punk rock street urchin. Little Fight Club kid.
Oh, one of my favorite books of all time. From my favorite author.
Very good book. Very good book from what I hear. I
Yes.
haven't read it yet, but from what I hear, the book is better than the movie.
The book is, and then they actually have Fight Club 2 and Fight Club 3, which are graphic novels, which are extremely really good.
I didn't know that.
Yeah.
That's pretty cool.
Yeah.
That's really cool.
But back to wrestling. So we mentioned Booker T a couple times. He switched you over kind of to Isaiah at Reality of Wrestling when he brought you in to the Legion. I think that was around 2018. Did you train under Booker, or did Booker just one of the trainers?
So my original trainer is Matthew Palmer. He is married to Athena from AEW.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, he is my original trainer. My first year of wrestling, I was actually a backyard kid who was kind of like self-taught with his friends. And then Matthew Palmer took me under his wing. And then, I kind of, I learned the ropes from him, traveled up and down the roads with him for a good number of years. And in 2018, I debuted at Reality of Wrestling and started retraining under Booker T. So I got polishing. I got a lot of really good polishing that I would say really upped my game from what it was before. I would say I was definitely indie guy number 27 prior to that. But the knowledge that Booker T has and the way he can make you rethink about something, it's invaluable.
I mean, you're a production guy. You get it. Booker T, that's a top-notch company. That's a top-notch brand. Reality wrestling.
Yeah,
that gets you ready. That gets you ready for the big show.
He's made his money. There's success there. There's a proven track record of success, and so going to somebody like that, you're putting your career in good hands, I think.
What was the biggest piece of advice you think you took away from Booker?
You're never tired. For this business, you're never tired. No matter how tired you are, you're never tired.
Yeah, I like that.
And so that going into, training, going into matches, going into, you can take that into life. Tackle your everyday like you're never tired.
Never tired. Can't let up. If you're just joining us, we're talking to Izzy James, the Guttersnake. Gives new meaning to that word. For people maybe that are just tuning in, or they're going to catch this on the YouTubes or all the fancy podcast things. Why don't you let people know a little bit about yourself, a little bit about your in-ring style work, all that cliche stuff of that podcast too.
All right. So my name is Izzy James. I go by the Guttersnake. I'm a 12-year veteran of professional wrestling. I've been trained by Booker T. I've been trained by some of the other greats in Texas, like Lance Hoyt or Lance Archer on AEW. Some you would say could call me a Swiss Army knife of pro wrestling because I'm a well-rounded individual. I'm not just a high flyer, but I'm a brawler. I'm a striker. I'm a technical wrestler as well. You can find me on Instagram. You can find me on Twitter, both under @IzzyJames_PW. I'm on ProWrestlingTees.com. Just type in Izzy James. You'll find all my products. And then I'm also on Teespring. If you just go to Teespring, type in Izzy James, you'll find my work.
Spectacular. We got those links going off here live in the Twitch chat as well. Also, a viewer in the chat says Tanahashi over there in New Japan also says the same thing. Never get tired.
Yes. That's pretty cool. Tanahashi has the same motto.
Yeah, exactly. A little strong solo, never get tired. A little Booker T stuff. Music. I want to rewind that cassette to music for a second. You were in the music world. You're in the wrestling world. A lot of people have compared the two. Being a professional wrestler is like being a rock star, being in the music business. Would you agree with that? And how would you say they're alike, and how did one maybe prepare or help you in the other?
So I would say they're similar in the fact of lifestyle is kind of similar. You roll into town, you do your gig, and you roll out of town. You don't necessarily I tell people I travel a lot, and they're like, "Oh, you get to see Vegas, you get to see Washington, you get to see all these places." No, I don't really get to see them. I show up and I do my gig, and I move on to whatever's next town, whatever's calling. So what prepared me going into pro wrestling was I had already done tours where I was, traveling day after day after day after day, performing night after night after night, and that got me used to that. Um, you know, back in the day, back in the '90s and the '80s, pro wrestlers were a lot more partying. They were partying a lot more than they do these days. I definitely don't go out and party like I did when I first started pro wrestling.
I
Because
don't
trust
either.
me, I did.
I
I
don't
definitely
either.
went out and I had the after parties. But this time, now it's a lot of just traveling the roads, which I've been doing since I was 15 years old, basically. Being in bands.
We're talking about experience. Your experience through music helped you in wrestling. Your experience with Booker
Hmm.
T. Never get tired. All the experience you get. You obviously, as Ryan Romano said in the intro, you were on AEW Dark. I believe you were in a tag match against Big Bill, Enzo, not Enzo, Cass,
Lee Moriarty.
Lee Moriarty, and your
Yeah.
partner was.
Clayton Bloodstone.
That's it, Clayton
Yeah,
Bloodstone.
cat from I think he's from Oklahoma. It was actually on Rampage.
Okay,
So
even better.
yeah, it was even better. When I found that out, it was definitely a nice surprise
Yeah, right.
you spend all day hanging out in the back, wondering what your match is going to be if you get one at all. And that was when I saw that my name wasn't on the list for Dark, I was kind of bummed. And then 30 minutes later, they wrote the card for Rampage and it said Izzy down next to Clayton Bloodstone. And I was like, hell yeah, let's get that money, baby.
That's a little
And
better experience than the conga line in the WWE. I
oh,
mean,
absolutely.
all,
Way better than the conga line, which I've done more than once.
were you a specific character, or did you have to wear did you have to wear one of those big heads?
I wore a blue wig, I believe, and
Okay.
like a rainbow colored tutu. So yeah, that was a thing. But I've also been Dalton Castle's boy
Oh,
more times than anyone probably at this point.
interesting.
So yeah, so anytime Dalton is in town for ROH or AEW
Yeah.
and needs a boy, I always volunteer because it's easy fun.
Yeah.
I don't care. I'm wearing a mask. Nobody knows it's really me unless you know my tattoos, which I've had fans take pictures of me and print them out as a
That's
boy,
you,
so
Izzy.
could,
That's you. I
yeah.
know it.
They printed it out so they can get me to sign it.
Yeah, there you go.
Yeah,
That's good though. That's fun. That seems like a lot of
yeah,
fun. Dalton Castle seems
yeah.
like he'd be a lot of fun.
Those are the stories that keep me going. I've contemplated retiring from pro wrestling several times over the last 4 years. Um, just the ups and downs of the road that get to you, and wondering when is my time ever going to happen.
Right.
It really eats at you sometimes. But those things that the fans bring me whenever they, come to the table to see me at the merch table, they bring me stuff. They bring me food coupons, or they'll bring me just little different memorabilia and stuff, like Kiss memorabilia. I've gotten different Kiss items over the years. Um, so that's really cool, and it makes me want to keep going a little bit longer in this.
I think that would be extremely uh, encouraging to get those type of things and those responses because, as you said, it's probably so mentally taxing on yourself. I
Hmm.
mean, you just said it. Like, when's it going to be my time? Like, when am
Hmm.
I going to get that door opened a little more for me? You know what I mean? And
Hmm.
those little things here and there keep you going. You're never tired.
Right,
So,
exactly.
um, yeah, that's awesome, man. It's just good to hear, and everyone needs to keep their mental state in check. That's for damn sure.
For sure, for sure.
AW
especially in
Rampage.
today's day.
Yeah, right. It's people. It needs to be talked about. It needs to be addressed, and it needs to be okay to not be okay. Basically.
Exactly.
And I'm all for that. So
It's all right to ask for help, man. It's all right to ask for help.
Damn straight. And I'm preaching that at a young age with my 3 daughters. It literally is okay. It's okay to not be okay. It's okay to ask for help, and it's okay to show weakness.
Yeah.
All flat out things. But back to the lecture at hand. AEW Rampage, you're on there, great time, pumped. You're like, wow, this is great stuff. Do you get any advice, any critique, anything said to you when you come back through the curtain?
There wasn't much of a critique because everything went so smoothly with my opponents. Big Bill and Lee were like more than happy with the match. They were ecstatic with it. We got to the back and I asked for critiques and they couldn't give me any. Right. But then again, it wasn't a match where I necessarily got to have a lot of offense or even defense. Because it was only like a 3-minute TV spot, but that's what you get, and you get what you get.
Right.
But I'm always asking for critiques, no matter if it's my peers that I've known for years, young students, because everybody's got an opinion. We all grew up as fans. We all watch this. We all have a different eye that sees the same thing, but we interpret it differently for everybody. So I wish I would have gotten some critiques. That would have been really cool. But not getting critiques is another cool little stone feather in my cap.
Yeah, for sure.
Yeah.
You recently, speaking of reality wrestling, I believe they recently had their Last Stand Rumble.
Yep.
You were a part of that. I apologize. I didn't catch it or catch the results.
I don't know if we aired it.
Oh, okay, good.
I don't think it was live. I think it will be aired later.
Excellent.
It was a TV taping. I'm pretty sure.
Perfect.
Usually they tell us if it's live.
Okay, good. That's good.
They want to prepare us.
Yeah, that makes sense.
Yeah.
So I'll have to wait to see who the last one standing.
Yeah, you'll have to find out if I was the last man standing. Yeah. You never know.
Yeah. I also believe you're a part of, now correct me if I'm wrong, New Texas Pro's Fistful of Dollars coming up here in April?
Yes. April 8th, I'll be at New Texas Pro's Fistful of Dollars. April 4th, I'll be at another promotion called Simply Lost.
Okay.
Simply Lost Promotions in San Antonio, Texas.
Nice. And that's right around, that's the whole WrestleMania weekend event. Everyone's watching then.
Yeah, unfortunately, I'm not going to LA. Just could not afford it financially this year. Last year was very convenient because it was in my home state, obviously, and then the year before that was Florida, so I was able to do those two. But maybe Philadelphia, maybe next year.
Excellent. I'm gonna get into some, I guess, out of the wrestling realm questions, but not really. You've done a couple things in wrestling I think are huge accomplishments in the world of wrestling. One of them is you beat the Great Depression. I mean, that's something to hold a feather in your cap. I mean,
not many people have beaten the Great Depression. But
a lot of people didn't live through the Great Depression.
For real, but I have.
You have beaten the Great Depression, that's for sure.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir.
So, yeah. So if we ever need anyone to get in the ring here with this, quote unquote.
Next, I got to take on the Red Scare, which is another character from Inspire Pro.
There you go. Yeah, Inspire Pro. Yeah, the Red Scare. Yeah, for sure. Yeah. I agree with that. You've taken down the Great Depression. Bring on the Red Scare.
Yeah, give me all your goofy characters.
Who else?
I'll take them all on.
Who else are we gonna turn to? Right.
Yeah.
Now this is okay. This is a part where this is where I turned to Ryan Romano because I needed some background information on this other wrestling talent. You have done something in wrestling I really want to do, and that's have a good housekeeping death match with my better half.
Yes.
So my laundry's done. The Insidious Mars, right? I got the correct name. Is your better half, correct?
Yep.
Excellent. And you had a good housekeeping death match. Something I'm very jealous. I'm gonna pitch it to her. Actually, we have an anniversary coming up. Maybe I'll pitch that. That's how we celebrate it.
Hey, definitely. It makes it brings you closer together.
Why didn't you guys use real cat litter?
Because if you get cat litter in your mouth, it expands.
Oh, that makes sense.
And you can choke on it. And I learned this because we did a series of promos.
Yes.
Where we were a part of this competition, where we did some promos, and one of the promos was us battling each other in our tiny studio apartment that we had at the time, which was probably the size of my living room in my new apartment. It was tiny, but in filming that, we shot a scene where I put my face in the litter and put litter in my mouth for the shot because I was going to spit it out, and I go to spit it out and I can't spit it out because it's clumped. Because it's clumping litter, so it's clumped all in my mouth and expanded, and so I almost choked, and so that's why we didn't use real cat litter for that.
Is there any place I can go back and watch and take notes on this Good Housekeeping death match?
There is the Good Housekeeping death match is online. I think it's on my YouTube. Hang on 1 second.
All right. Man, I tell you right now, I have a vacuum in my house right now that I just want to crack right over the head. But what was it? Nerve-wracking to be in a housekeeping death match with your better half?
No, because I mean, I trained.
That's true.
I trained in Insidious, so all of her skills I kind of helped, helped her build. So I was actually really proud of her because she kept up with everything that I called. She didn't forget anything. She was there. She was anywhere that I needed her for that match. She was right there for it, and she was a champ. She took everything like a champ. I had full confidence in her because she had done a death match prior to that one that she had done with me, where she had done a Christmas death match, and she took mousetraps, and I totally gave her thumbs up on that one because I'm not taking mousetraps. I'm not going to land in a pile of mousetraps. You can do that all day, sis. But you can. I just looked up on my YouTube. Go to my YouTube videos. Down the list is Insidious versus Izzy versus Insidious. It is public. You can check that out.
Oh yeah, Title Match Network. Yeah, Vanessa just sent it to me in our Discord. Yeah, I'm gonna have to. Watch it.
You'll have to check that out and take some notes for yours.
Yeah,
and then send me the video because I'm definitely interested in seeing somebody else do
it. Right. Interesting. That's it. Okay, so the cat litter. So that's gonna lead me right into my next question. Are your cats? Oh god, my cats are old, so hopefully yours are still with us. Are your cats named after wrestlers?
Yes, actually, my cats are named after wrestlers. I have two. We have actually 4 cats.
Okay,
and two of them are not named after pro wrestlers originally. They're named after anime characters that my wife loves. But my boys are George the Animal, Steal Your Girl, and Sean Meowkles, HBK, the Heartbreak Kitty.
Oh man,
Yes.
that was the only part of this interview I wanted to get out. Sean Meowkles.
Yes, Sean Meowkles. He
You
is
need
the
to do
man.
you need to do like a Titantron entrance video for him.
Oh my gosh, I have a whole bunch of equipment here from my TV commercial that I filmed. I could definitely set something up. I got a backdrop hidden somewhere in this apartment.
Yeah. That's awesome. I thought that was great. George the Animal Steal Your Girl and Sean Meowkles. Oh
Yep.
man.
The tag team champs of the universe right there.
Tag team champs. They would use real cat litter in their death match.
Oh, absolutely, yes. And trust me, their claws are vicious.
Oh my god, tell me about it. I have 2 cats in the house right now. One is 19, still kicking it.
Oh man, that's awesome.
And he has stopped not cleaning, he has stopped grooming himself, that's the word. So he's got like a lot of dreadlocks now. And occasionally they're loose enough so I can pull them out. I have been trimming them instead of trying to send them to the vet to get shaved. But if I bother him too much, he looks at me and growls. Cats can growl. He looks at me and growls and is like, "You don't let go."
They can speak tongues.
Yeah, you don't let go of me in another second, I'm gonna unleash living hell on you with these claws.
Oh,
that
for
shit
sure.
stings, man.
100%. George, he likes to sit at my feet, and while I'm working on my videos, he likes to claw my leg because he was trying to get my attention, and he has the sharpest claws. My right leg has got like just claw marks all over it. He's just trying to get my attention. He's not trying to be vicious or anything. He just wants Dad's attention. He's somewhere around here right now, though. He's sleeping on the gear, actually.
Always where you don't want him to be. Hey.
Yeah.
One more question. I'm going to let you get out of here. You've been so generous with your time. You've been great to talk to. Easy to talk to. That makes the show flow so great. But I'm not on Facebook that much. I don't know if you're out of Facebook jail, but I do enjoy the fact that you were put in Facebook jail because of coleslaw.
Yeah. For inciting violence over coleslaw. Yes, I am that guy. I am no longer on Facebook. F that place.
F that place. I agree.
Yes, yes. But it was a comment that I said. What was it? I'm gonna find the guy who invented coleslaw and punch him in the nuts or punch him in the testicles.
Dick Kick City,
testicles.
Yeah. Testicles.
Yeah. Yeah. And,
very clinical. Very clinical.
Yeah. And I got a alert that the post was taken down, and so I took a screenshot of the alert and reposted it, saying something along the lines of me getting an alert about it, and then I got put in Facebook jail for I don't even know how long it was at that point. Like I think a month.
Dick Kick City.
It's ridiculous.
That creator of coleslaw. Boom.
Yeah, I'm gonna kick him in the testicles for sure.
Have you had coleslaw since? Has your mind changed?
No, absolutely fucking not. No. Anytime I go to Raising Cane's and get my meal that comes with coleslaw, I give that shit to the wife.
I mean, mayonnaise and lettuce. Who wants that shit?
No, absolutely not. I don't have mayonnaise on my sandwiches.
Oh, hot take.
Yeah.
I know people that put mayonnaise in their hot dogs. That's disgusting.
Ketchup and relish. Ketchup and relish.
There you go. I like that.
And some potato chips on top.
Okay.
Chicago style.
I'm into that. I know people that dip their potato chips in mayonnaise. People are crazy.
No. Fries and gravy. That's the one thing that I do. Fries with gravy. Like I guess that's weird, but I don't know. We have Whataburger here, so
yeah.
That's a big thing. The fries and the gravy.
A Canadian thing.
It's a Canadian thing. Poutine up there.
Oh, is it?
Canada.
Nice. I got to come to Canada sometime. I've been dying.
Vanessa, you can get that done, right? Book them on a show or something.
Let's make this happen.
It happen. Well,
I have flyer miles.
It's a long travel.
I don't care. I've traveled to London before, so I've been to London. I've been to Colombia. Let's put Canada on the list.
Let's get it done. I want that done, Vanessa.
See what I can do.
You'll do something. She'll definitely put words out. That's for sure.
Yeah. Thank you, Vanessa. Much appreciated in advance.
So you do that ahead of time. Puts pressure on. Izzy, as I said earlier, you've been a pleasure to have on. You've been very generous with your time. I know we had some time zone issue thing. That's okay.
Not an issue at all.
It all works out in the end. You're easy to talk to. Thank you to your better half for allowing us to have you for tonight. What we do at the end of every show is I'm going to give you the microphone now. You can put over anything you want. You can bury anyone you want. You can plug anything. You can say anything. I do not care, and I will not interrupt. The floor is yours.
What's up? This is Izzy James. You can check me out all over the internet, Instagram and Twitter at Izzy James _PW. Go subscribe to whatever page I just advertised. Go to my YouTube, subscribe to that as well. Type in Izzy James. You can find my channel with tons of videos. You can find my promos. You can find my matches and highlight reels as well. I got several shows coming up. I'm going to be at RCW March 25th. I'm going to be at a lucha show here in Houston. I'm not sure the name of it. LTTL, I believe the name is, March 26th. And then I got what is coming up? Fistful of Dollars with New Texas Pro on April 8th. I got a few other dates coming up. Just stay in touch with me on the Instagram and the Twitter page, and you will find out where I'm going to be. And maybe someday soon I'll come to your town and I'll kick somebody's ass because I'm an equal opportunity ass kicker, and anybody can get it. Anybody. So that's what my promo is.
Spectacular. Equal opportunity. Yeah, I agree with that. Doesn't matter who you are. Take them out. Izzy.
Yeah.
Have yourself a glorious night, a phenomenal weekend. Tell the wife we said hi. Tell the cats we said hi. We'll talk to you soon.
Thank you guys so much.
Yeah,
you
peace.
have a good night.
Have a good night. Oh, excellent stuff, Vanessa. Excellent. Oh, my God. I'm too old. I'm too old. I can't bend over.
Thank you, man. That was so much fun.
Yeah, anytime, man. Come back.
All right, I got to get going.
Yeah,
I got to go get the wife.
There you go. Peace. Tell her we said hi. Have a good night.
Later. All right, bye.
Bye.